Dominic. 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 Hello? Hello? Nope. Clip popcorn gone. Oh, most of it.
Can we talk more?
Yeah. I think the mic's glitching.
Maybe.
Holy!
I will, and then I'll have
Dominic? Holy. Can somebody show me without killing me where the pump shotguns are? Hey, chill, kid, chill. Show me where the pump shotguns are. I said chill! Dominic. I don't want to fight. Oh, wrong kid, I'm sorry. I shot the wrong kid, you guys look alike. Yeah, you guys, your skins do. No, I'm a pro now, Dominic. You can't beat me like that. Somebody show me where the pump shotguns are. Don't worry, mommy. I'm only gonna play a little Fortnite.
But then you need to,
Take.
ambulance me.
Yeah, I will, and then I'm going to finish my movie. Eek. I just want to see where the pump's, Dominic. Yeah, I'm gonna only play. I'm not gonna play it like how I used to play. I'm gonna want to finish my movie. Avengers, where the? Dominic, where's the pump? Where are they? But where are you? I hear traps, so I guess that's where you are. You must be right here. I see. Is that you? Are you kidding me? Kill! He killed me. I just found the pumps and he killed me. Seriously, you guys want to play some squads or else I'm gonna really just get off. I was so close. I'm leaving creative. Another thing of popcorn?
I said I was popping more popcorn.
Oh, yay. Oh man, I'm gonna play 3 squad matches. Sorry, I'm gonna play 3 squad matches, okay?
Hurry. It's 9 o'clock, dude. If you want to that movie.
Oh, never mind, guys. See you later. Yep.
Things you're ever going to see. It's a world premiere game mode and map.
I know that it's going to be a King of the Hill mode.
Forum, make some noise. That's what I'm talking about.
Here we go. The first match. Jordan Fisher,
He's
Courage,
thinking the corner.
Fruit. They're going to win the game. This is it. And they pick it up. They have to protect him here, and this is now we're going to start to earn a lot of points. They're climbing that leaderboard, Lupo. They're in the shadows, unseen, and they will have the Ravens' revenge. GG. 2 minutes left on the clock. The Chicken Champions, surely this is going to be a win for them. No!
It's 1 point
remaining, and the Little Whip Warriors might be able to come back into this with enough time. But there he goes. He jumps right back in, and that is going to do it. GG. Game 3 goes to the Chicken Champions.
Every single person to keep in mind, there's a ton of stuff going on here, not just Fortnite. It's just a good time all around, man. Look at him, just dancing it out. Sitting inside the control point, 6 minutes remaining, but it's not even gonna matter. That's a victory royale. Game 4 goes to the Fish Fam.
Could it happen? Could the Llama Record Company be our first back-to-back champion? Or will it be the Fish Fam actually being back-to-back in this instance?
He has it. You see the top middle of the D.
He does it!
He got it!
Oh
Last
my!
second!
I
The victory
He's still in it. He's standing strong, and he wins out on the battle. 990, and he's continuing to gain. He's got to get to that wall, and that's going to do it. We want to know who won? We want to know who won?
The Llama Record Company.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Give it up one more time for the Llama Record Company!
Alright fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flintlock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flintlock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flintlock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart player.
The Flintlock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single shot damage potential in the game. However, the Flintlock only allows for 1 shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there, runs out into the storm, jump, turn, finds him, yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flintlock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the Flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds a lot of like different plays you can make with it. I think it's good.
I personally really like the Flintlock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really, really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just a kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like it competitive. Definitely deserves a spot in here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the Flintlock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flintlock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flintlocking through the air. The final duo spot will come out of NA West, and who will be able to put their name in among the best of the best out of the West. A lot of momentum is going to be with WBG's Rux and Pika, who have now both qualified for solos, and Pika had another outstanding performance in Week 9. Finally, make sure to keep your eyes peeled on FlyQuest Edgy and Liquid Scented, as they both have been absurdly close in so many circumstances. They will be gunning for the final spot and a chance to be on that stage in New York City. Who will be the last best of the West and the final duo pairing to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup final? Let's find out.
Welcome back to the final week of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open. We're getting ready to hop into our final region and find out who will claim that last spot in NA West. I'm Bala TW, and I'm going to be bringing you guys and driving you guys back in the action, starting with the schedule. So let's catch up on what we saw and where we're going right now. We're going towards NA West. We already had Oceania, Asia wrap up this morning earlier on. Then we moved into Europe. We caught the tail end of that. We then hopped into a couple of Brazil games, but then moved into NA East. We just saw the epic conclusion of that, where Vinny and Zexro and a number of other people have qualified through. And then finally, we're ending here with NA West, the final region for the Fortnite World Cup Online Open. How are these guys earning their points? Well, they are playing over the course of 3 hours, which we just saw, and trying to play a total of 10 matches. And in those matches, they are earning points by both getting placements and eliminations. Each elimination is going to be worth 1 point, but there's a total of 10 placement points up for grabs. The first threshold being that top 15, that's going to earn you 3 points. The next threshold is top 10 for a total of 5 points, and the next threshold is top 5 for a total of 7. And then, of course, the Victory Royale will earn you 3 more points for a total of 10. Now, what are these guys all playing for? Well, not only the spots, but their share of $2 million spread across all the region. Of course, NA West competing for a portion of that, but they are getting, this prize is going to all the players split throughout the region. And of course, the qualifying spots. We have one more qualifying spot. That's it. NA West. We've already seen Europe, their 4. NA East, we've seen their 3. Brazil, Asia, Oceania, we've seen each of their 1, but we've got 1 more to go, and that's NA West. But before we do that, we did just wrap up NA East in those 3 qualifying spots. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in. We actually get the chance to talk to one of those qualifying duos. It's Macquid and Young Calculator, and I'm joined by Shayo to do this. What's up, guys? Congratulations, you're going to New York City.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be more happier for you guys. I've been following you all the way through. Macquid, you've had quite an impressive, growth throughout the entire thing. I just got to ask, it's the first thing we always ask, what is your reaction to qualifying? What was the first thing you guys did? Macquid, I'll start with you.
I mean, I called my mom and my dad. They were both on the verge of crying. I mean, it's incredible. It's like we are the 2, some of the most consistent players that haven't qualified for the Fortnite World Cup, and we've been doing it for 5 days. So I hit up Calc and I was like, hey, let's give it a shot. And for the last week, and we did it. So I'm just so thankful.
Calc, I mean, he just said it, 5 days. This has got to be like, it can't be a surprise. You guys know how good you are, clearly. But 5 days of practice with your duo. What happened after you qualified? What was going through your head?
I was very excited, and my mom didn't believe me. I called her, and she said I'm lying. So...
Well, there you
on
go.
live stream too.
All right, Calc, Mac, come on, we know each other. Like, are you hyped or are you hyped, man? Like, we were talking for weeks.
There you go.
Every week, back to back.
I am hyped.
We've gone through like highs and lows. You guys have qualled, not qualled, man. Like, in the moment, that last game, what's going through your mind? Like that very last game, boys. Like, seriously.
I mean, we queued at the perfect time. We got a decent, pretty easy lobby. We queued on one of the hot drop games, and we got to Pleasant. We actually got it unlooted, and we decided that, hey, if we don't get kills here, we are not going to qualify, because we knew we were aiming for 90 points and we got just 89, but we had those 4 wins. So I was like, in those end games, we were on high ground and we were like, hey man, we got to slay out. Like, we have to, like, it's now or never. And then I don't know. It's just, I wasn't really nervous, but I mean, it was kind of going through my head.
I was nervous at the beginning, but then as we kept going through, I stopped getting less and less nervous.
Now, Calc, you've had, like, not a rocky relationship, but you've had a very unique relationship with that Fortnite community. Do you think that there's a new level of respect for that young Calc, word out there on the streets? Like, how do you feel right now? Like, how ecstatic do you feel in terms of recognition?
I am so excited. I am so happy.
We don't need to boost his ego anymore. None of that.
Well, gentlemen, I think it is deserved slightly, a little bit of boost of that ego, because you are going to New York, so we're going to see you there. But I do want to give you guys one more chance to, shout anything out you want, and also your socials. Make sure you get those plugs in there. Calculator, we'll start with you.
Follow young_calc on Twitter.
That's it. Young_calc on Twitter. Macquid, what's up?
My Twitch is COL Macquid, and then my Twitter is @COL_Macquid.
Well, there you have it, guys. We will see you in New York, and as we always say, we'll have to grab a slice. But thank you so much, and congratulations. We'll see you there. We have NA West up on deck, guys. Thank you so much for that interview. But this is going to be the last spot up for GrabShy, and we're going to go ahead and take a sneak peek at the standings that are currently unfolding, because the action is underway. So here it is, and again, I mean, time and time again, it's always Arcrum and Falconer on top, but then the rest of these guys are all fighting, because Arcrum and Falconer have already qualified. and the rest of these guys as well. Landrock and Punisher, all of a sudden they're on West, but again, they've already qualified too. So the rest of these guys playing for that one spot.
What I find really interesting is Epic Will is actually doing with 40R Storm. Usually it's him and Sealmat, right? All there side by side. So everyone's switching up for week 10. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how things get down, break down. And I'm excited to get going.
I mean, that's the kind of staple duos of NA West right now are well, splitting up at the same time. Epic Will normally playing with Sealmat. Here Pookie on the other side. Guys, the stakes are set, and the floor is yours. Awesome.
Stakes are set, Ballers. We are about to hop into our first set of NA West games. Sean, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good, feeling pretty hyped. It's been a fun time. I'm excited to see how the West ball goes down. Excited to catch with you as well. So we can get right to it. Games are ready. I'm excited to hop in. Let's jump on that battle bus. Awesome.
Now, hilariously enough, Shy and I were talking a little bit earlier in our little caster room that, you know, Zeke likes to just, you know, park themselves to the all space on the couch. But we were talking and we realized that we actually live within 10 minutes of each other.
That's pretty wild. It's a small world and a fun world as well. So,
We can tell you that much, but here we are taking a look at some content here coming out of Jacob and his partner Dizzle. They are on the edge of shifty shafts here, holding very good high ground, using that advantage to rain down shots on their opponents.
Absolutely. Look at their classic loadout as well. Looks like it's a nice heavy sniper Scar combat in there. Not many new items up in the mix. We've got the classic minis. Looks like they might have not found any chug splashes for them, as I think that's really strong. One thing to point out as well is 6 elims on Dizzle and then 4 on Jacob. That's 10 total at the moment, and we're just getting into that 5th zone closing. About 2 hours left on NA West. It's going to be very exciting to see who qualifies with that one spot for this region.
Yeah, and there we see Jacob taking a perfect shot with a heavy sniper there, taking out Sinnoh like it's nobody's business. Now, he is going to have to be careful here. He is taking a little bit of time to peek, but it doesn't matter. He did pick up that elimination there.
That's an international snipe, as Sinnoh's usually playing on those Asian servers, switching over to West just to get a better chance of popping off, as the region is a lot more aggressive and consistent at most times. Aim backup goes down. Could not find that hard drive to pick up the aim or game sense in that situation. A big bop coming in. Dizzle catching his builds open, going for that finish. Smart plays. Is it possible? White health getting hit on the storm line. Backup finally goes down. Dizzle picks up that elimination.
And nobody punishing these guys right now, Shy. They're on ultimate high ground, just standing out in the open, just exposing themselves, raining down shots, and nobody is wanting to really punish them for these actions right now. You can see Dizzle taking a ton of time to peek. It is kind of a rough angle, but there are so many players across the river over there that would have the freest of shots on them right now, but it doesn't matter. Dizzle comes out with another heavy snipe. Dizzle and Jacob just going to town with these heavy snipe shots.
Absolute marksman here. He hasn't actually missed, I don't think, the last 3 shots, all intended to go exactly on target. That elimination getting picked up. He's not going to be in the air. 13 total elims for these guys across the board, and they find high ground to connect to as well, giving them the next best position for the next zone moving in. The 6th zone being one of those zones where if you have control and you retain control with a little bit of space, you can just run away with the whole game.
And Dizzle recognizing that and playing that perfectly, trading just 10 health and utilizing his builds to reinforce the high ground there. Does get dropped down a little, but is going to still be an ultimate high ground. Jacob, his partner, is just below him, a few tiles down, but is using the Shadow Bomb to make sure he gets up beside Dizzle, make sure they are together. They do still have that Rift to go, so staying together right now is key. Just like that, using the Rift to go to get out of a sticky situation. You love to see it.
Absolutely. One thing we do notice about West, which is kind of different from East, EU, OCE, and BR even, is that this current moment is a lot of people will stick to the storm and actually take damage to push for that elimination. As we all know, it's one spot. You can play your best, but sometimes you have to play above your best potential as well, which is what Dizzle's trying to do, hovering out, seeing if he can kind of expose any possible angles near the backside of the Storm. Getting into someone's box. Dizzle really low, finally going down, taking out one of the meta boys. He's going to see if his duel can clutch it out now. Jacob, where are you at?
Yeah, Jacob is absolutely on the other side right now. I don't even think he's going to have the opportunity to get Dizzle up. He does make his way over to him, but it is unfortunately going to be too late. Jacob is going to have to say, Dizzle, you're going to get left out in the Storm, literally. Here we have Rizzo here, and Brogster just taking out Bluey with the combat shotgun. We see this time and time again. These guns are so strong. The way that they are utilized by these players in both close combat as well as range when they are picking out kills from the sky. We have Brogster here looking for more targets, using the edits, staying close to his partner, who's also raining down shots. Shy, there's so much going on, the chaos.
It's insane. Brogster has that classic loadout as well, a gray AR and a combat with shields. Pookie, what do you think the type of pressure these guys feel when this is all they have? No backup, no riffs.
It's so difficult. You know, you have to be very aware of your surroundings. You need to know where every player around you is, because like we just see right here, if you have to waterfall down and get out, you need to know that there's nobody below you that's going to try and shoot you out or you know, possibly inflict any amounts of damage on you. But Fisco up at the top here, backup, his partner has actually been eliminated, so it is up to him. They have 3 eliminations, 20 points between the two of them. Fisco looking to make a couple of plays here, and he does! On Rakori. Rakori goes down, is going to get taken out by the Storm. Unfortunately, gets eliminated there. Fisco saying, you know what, I'm going to net myself one more, Pookie. You don't know what you're talking about. I had 2, now I have 3, huh?
One big thing about this game, too, is backup was actually Fisco's duo who got heavy sniped by Jacob and his partner, and now the roles are reversed. Now they have high ground Pookie, which is insane. You can see the patience coming through, the use of mobility at the right times. Jacob nowhere to be seen anymore as Fisco runs away with the game. We now have a big action moment happening. Junkman Cutie gets Alec down. He gets cleaned up. Claps is coming up. He's still alive, actually. Finishes off on Alec. Claps gets bopped down by Boop. Big Boop's coming out. Fisco still on high ground. It's a 1v1 now. Boop 8D versus Fisco. Fisco with the health advantage. Boop going to be looking to tarp low ground and protect himself as much as possible. Fisco does have that med kit as well to use. He does have advantage. Going to start popping it now to stay a little bit stealthy in zone. Boop now moving up, seeing if he can capitalize or kind of get over that. Fisco set him up. It was a setup the whole time. He baited him out, wanted him to come out and see what's up. The L dance follows up as well. Really nice last-second judgment call from Fisco there. He could have got that med kit off, but decided to just straight up jump out, go for that shot. That was sick.
Boop got booped.
Boop got booped. Absolutely.
He did. But look at these builds. Absolutely wild. Whenever you see different points of elevation there on the map, you know these players are all going to be utilizing their materials to their fullest to make sure their rotations are strong. But here we are in the next match. We have Nolan here. We have Vibes on 60 hertz. Somebody get this man a 140 per monitor. Come on.
Hey, sometimes these guys could be fronting, you know, you see that name in the feed, you might get a little bit of confidence, you might overpeak, and then they come straight out with their actual hertz and bop you up.
Oh, I like it. Puns. Is that a Canadian thing? Are puns a Canadian thing? Do you love puns too?
I love puns.